Hi-de-ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to Aethermancer, the Pokemon-esque monster taming roguelike that offers a lot of variation, strategy, build crafting, but most importantly, shiny versions of monsters you can catch. Now, it's gotten a few updates since we last did a video on it, so I wanted to show off some of the game more as I eagerly wait for its 1.0 release. If you didn't watch the previous videos, have no fear, I'll explain everything you need to know. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this Aethermancer run.
Who are we starting with? So these are the guys we've soul bonded with. Now, peep it. Okay, so we have the content, which we did our run on last time. We didn't have shifted content, I don't believe. That's right, I have the shiny content. Shifted, for most people, actually changes a little bit of stuff. So you'll see the normal content, his types are Purge, Burn, and Aether. But instead of focusing on Burn, his shifted focuses on summons. As for other shifted, I got Damavoy, who's normally Heal, Regeneration, Burn. But his shifted is Summon, Regeneration, Burn. I do have a shifted Cockatrice, so this is normal. Tank, Burn, Dodge. Tank, Burn, Shield, and that's actually a really cool shifted. And we have Mephisto, who's normally Affliction, Terror, Burn. Okay, now that shifted is freaking sick. We're Mephiston. The only one I have who doesn't have any worthiness, Classic, which means I essentially just haven't used him, gotten any XP or whatever, because, for instance, if we look here, perks, he has Aether +1, Initial Dodge +1, and Hit +1. If we go over to Mephisto, he just has debuff mitigation. So the Initial Dodge and Extra Hit, as well as more HP, I believe are because of worthiness increases. Obviously, we're going to level him up here, though. Their signature trait, Schadenfreude. First ally and the first enemy that use an action each get 2 Terror and 2 Burn applied to them. This monster gains damage and evasion for every 10 debuff stacks among all monsters in combat, including allies. We gotta go crazy with it. Starts with a normal water attack and fire attack, Sun Splash, Ignite. And their types, we want to be applying debuffs. We want to be applying terror, which I think just each stack increases damage by like 1 for every stack of terror or something. And we can burn. But we could choose our shiny Mephisto, because I've also caught shifted Mephisto, but it's shiny, don't get it twisted. Changes their elements from fire and water to fire to earth. And then their big difference is now they're more about applying poison than terror. We're fisting, but shiny. Which changes his passive so that the first ally and the first enemy use an action get 2 poison or 2 burn rather than 2 terror or 2 burn. Still gets damage. And we're going to go from there. Ha hee ha ha. You want to give Mephisto a nickname? Sure. Mephisto? More like me-fistin'. Got him. I could use the F, but that's a little too on the nose. Just go with the PH. We're Mephiston. Okay. Look at our shiny little fella. Hey, hi, how are you, buddy? But we got to get you some friends. Why can't we be friends? We're adding a monster to our team initially, which actually, I already see some interesting choices here. Because like I said, with the shifted version, he's poison. Well, good news. Tatsuworm has poison as one of their types, and ooze has poison as one of their types, and they're a tank, which can be good. Otherwise, we're going to be a little squishy. The Shambler. Cool, but doesn't really synergize anything we're doing. Amit, who's a tank, summon regeneration, who can kind of just tank on his own, but I don't know, I guess we can kind of try and go for this whole poison idea. We'll probably start with ooze, because it's good to have a tank, although let's have crit regeneration. Let's see here. Tatsuworm's passive on crit applies poison, and this monster gains extra crit chance for every poison stack on enemies. Ooze trait on action applies 2 poison to self. Whenever poison triggers on this monster, enemies also take damage from it. Let's see, that's earth and fire. I think Mephisto is earth and fire. This will be earth and water. Applies 2 poison to target enemy. Applies 2 poison to all allies. Okay, that might seem like a bad thing, but considering Mephisto wants our whole team debuffed, sure, we'll go with the ooze. Why not? I don't have a shiny ooze, unfortunately. We're in Shamblers. Guess there was the one name. Okay. Do you want to give ooze a nickname? Yeah, how about we name him Goop? The Gooper. He's gooping. If you didn't see the last video we did, which was a while ago, to be fair, and have no idea what's going on, we're going to go through the worlds. There's random generated areas where there'll be random events, battles, blah, blah, blah. Really not too much to worry about there. We have an NPC that'll give us something here. They want to talk to us, and I would love to talk to them. Great talk. Great conversation. Okay. But importantly, what's going to happen is they're offering us a bread roll. If we take it, Mephiston gets a new perk at the cost of 7 corruption. Or Gooper gets a new perk at the cost of 7 corruption. Corruption is no bueno. For each corruption you have, you start the battle with that much less HP. So for instance, Mephisto right now has 36 HP. If he had 7 corruption, he actually starts fights with 29 HP. And it's always like that unless we can find a way to cleanse corruption, which is typically after a boss fight. There's only 3 of those, really. High risk, high reward, but a new perk. We could get something real saucy, real spicy. So let's give it to our shiny Mephiston. He can get an additional hit. So on attack, deals an additional 2 damage per hit. Not like huge, I don't think. Although, does hit +1 cause more poise damage? It might, I'm not sure. Power chance, 33% chance to apply power to self when it does something, which gives itself an additional power. Or +1 defense, reducing damage of each coming hit by 1. Might be better to go a little on the more defensive route. It looks like a cousin to Piccolo. It kind of does. It looks like a Namek for sure. We're just going to go with defense. We're going to play a little safe. Was that worth 7 corruption? Probably not, but that's okay. There'll be random collectibles like that. Like, ooh, we got like 2 gold. I'm freaking rich. There are some hidden areas we need to look for, but those are pretty few and far between. But here, we've got our first battle. And this is how it's called Void Blitz. Essentially, we're just ambushing them. And it's showing us who we can ambush because then we can stagger them a little more. I don't think we have any brass to stagger that guy. I'm not sure if it matters either way. We're gonna freaking hit this cat Zerker. Freaking stupid! Who is one of the new monsters introduced in a recent update. Okay. And then I'll briefly go through combat because maybe you've seen this before, maybe you haven't. Either way, pretty intuitive, but also pretty nuanced and layered and pretty fun. So it is turn-based, monster fighting. Oh my god, Pokemon, please, chill. Although they did lose a recent lawsuit to Palworld, so maybe they won't sue. At the top here, you're going to see resources for each team called the Aether. So you have fire, earth, water, wind, and void. Or wild. No, maybe it's wild. You need these because these are like your resources to pay for attacks. So you'll see Mephisto here has Toxic Slash with 1 pip right here. So that means we need 1 Earth Aether in order to cast this. And it just so happens we do have 1. And it's previewing if we use this, we'll have 0 left. But as you'll see, we also have Ignite, which needs 2 fire. And you see only 1's lit up. And the move is grayed out because we only have 1 fire ether. Well, that's no good. So, can't use that attack. But each monster has a basic attack, which usually does a not impressive amount of damage, 2x2. But generates ether according to that monster's base type. So, for instance, Shifted Mephisto is Fire Earth. So if we use our basic attack, we'll get Fire Earth. All of our monsters get to take turns in whatever order we want. Then the enemies take order. And I believe it just left from right. So, this freaking whatever this dude's called, wolf fella, Orthrus, that was my second guess. He'll go first, and then Cat Zerker will go second. Just like turn-based roguelikes, they are previewing what their intentions currently are. So, the wolf wants to basic attack us, and it's showing us who it's attacking. In this case, they're targeting Ooze for 2x2 damage, and they'll generate some ether themselves. But then Cat Zerker is actually targeting everybody for 1x10. What the fudge? The first fight. How turn 1 are you doing 10 damage to what the fudge? With crit chance. What is this thing? Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to try and kill this guy. Screw this guy. And on crit applies bleed. Bro, chill. Get a job. Okay. We'll sort that out in a second. The good news is, this is a good time then to talk about type stuff. So Pokemon, you have like weaknesses, resistances, whatever. This one that's not the case. However, you still have elemental interactions. That's the word I'm looking for. Interactions. And in this case, you're just trying to match. So the enemies here, the wolf, has this little green diamond right here. And the cat has this yellow diamond right here. Corresponds to the elements still. So wind and earth. And then they have a number by it. 4 and 2. He has 2 because we blitzed him. But think of this as a stagger meter, almost. So if we don't have any wind attacks anyway, so we can't break it. But that's why if I hover Toxic Slash, you'll now notice he has 0 poise, or stagger, whatever the fudge, and his attack is broken up. So staggering is a very important part of the game. Earlier on in a run, you can get away with not staggering as much, but later on, you almost always need to, which is why you also want to make sure your team is kind of well balanced. So for instance, right now we have fire, water, and earth covered, but hopefully with a third, we could get wind, so we have all the elements covered. But so a normal basic attack doesn't affect any poise, whatever, it would do 4 damage. But this staggers them, and the first time they're staggered in a turn, it cancels their attack, they don't do anything. Sweet. And it usually does a little more damage. But then after that, there's a cooldown to where you can't stagger them for a little while. But so you have to manage this dance, so to speak, of when to break poise and when not, because a lot of the times it matters when trying to cancel opponents' moves. So like, for instance, if the wolf was doing a crazy attack like Long Slash, and the cat was doing a basic attack instead, like they swapped attacks, staggering this guy still helps, but if on that same turn, if we instead focused on staggering this guy, we'd get more mileage out of it, because we'd be stopping a 10 to ever, so essentially 20 damage to our team rather than 4. So anyway, we're going to stagger him. It's just a matter of who do we want to do it with, because they both have Toxic Slash. But Healing Slime also has a team-wide heal, but we don't really need that. But you will see Mephisto started with 29 and 36 damage. That's because of this little purple bar. That's the corruption, like I said. During a match, they can still refill their health, but it means they start battle with empty health. So more than likely what we're going to do is Toxic Slash and then do a basic attack. So we have that lined up with more ether for the next turn. So we're going to Toxic Slash this fella here. Big stagger. He's poisoned. I poisoned myself, though, because of my passive. And then you're like, what does poison do? I'm so glad you asked. At the start of your turn, this monster takes X amount of earth damage, then consumes a stack. X equals amounts of stacks. So right now, with 2 poison stacks, they'll take 2 damage, consume a stack, down to 1. And specifically, it says at the start of your turn. What they mean is that monster's turn, not like my turn, not that my turn, it's this monster's turn. And then we're gonna basic attack. Each monster can take 1 action each, unless otherwise stated. Sometimes you get a free action, but so I just chose to use Ooze first and then Mephisto. I could have gone Mephisto, then Ooze. Doesn't really matter. This fella is gonna die no matter what. Because he has 1 health. Yeah, he's 1 health left. They're going to start their turn and take 1 damage. So we actually don't need to do anything about this fella. So we just need to worry about the wolf, who is looking to do 2x5 damage, so 10 damage to Mephisto, and apply Sidekick. Sidekick is just something where if their teammate attacks, they'll attack with them, which doesn't matter right now. Actually, I guess it might since he goes, but not important. Typically, I don't know if we can kill here, so a play would be to use our tank, and a lot of time tanks can redirect or like taunt essentially. However, we don't have that ability yet. We only have these, so we can't actually draw aggro away. So in this case, we're gonna see if we can kill him, but I'm not sure. We could use Ignite, which does 9 damage and then applies 2 burn. Burn does not work like poison. Burn applies when they try to use an action that consumes ether, so this would. So this would do 9 damage, put him down to 10. They'll use an ability that puts him down to 8. So then the question is, would we be able to kill from there? And I think the answer is yes. So we're going to ignite this fella. So we got 4 burn on him, and then we Toxic Slash. And now the poison and burn should take care of both of them before they can do anything. Bada bing, bada boom. Holy, we beat the first battle. How do we do it? This is the meta progression with monsters. So technically you can like level up your monsters in between fights. It's called worthiness. It used to only go up to 5. I think when I started it was 3. Then they increased it to 5. And I think with the most recent update, it's actually now infinite. So you really want to train them up. However, it does take quite a while to level them. But I don't have anyone at 4, I don't think. They get some medals according to how they did. So how long the fight took, or like, you know, how much damage they dealt. The better the medal, I think that's also a little more worthiness they'll get. After battle, unsurprisingly, we get some XP. We didn't level up, but we got some XP. And then we get a reward. We got a common equipment. At the end of combat, cleanses 2 corruption from self. Oh, and poison hit. On hit, 15% chance to apply poison. Well, this is great. Because Mephiston already has corruption. And on hit, we're going to be hitting a lot. We could maybe even poison him more. So, yeah, we're going to throw it on the Fister. He's Mephiston. Run into that to grab some random gold. This is the end of the level. But if we pull up our map here, you'll see we haven't explored everything. So you could, if you find the exit, you could just go on ahead if you want. But I typically like to explore everything, and I typically don't skip fights, because there could be a scenario where like your team's nearly dead and you're almost at a boss fight and you're like, okay, I should probably skip to try and stay a little healthier. But you can almost never afford to miss out on that XP. You know what I'm saying? Who are we ambushing? Ambushing the wolf does nothing for us because, again, we don't have wind. So we'll ambush Tatzelworm. And then it's important to note, we're not worried too much about it right now. But just in the same way that my monsters all have like abilities and traits, the further you go, they'll have even more. But the enemy monsters have the same exact ones. So if we had an Orthrus, it would also have this trait. Which in this case, on attack, if it was this monster's first attack of the turn, heals ally with lowest health by 5. If it was its second attack, it applies power to self. The way it can attack twice is using that sidekick thing I kind of mentioned. And they'll have different perks. And like I said, the further you go into a run, they'll have more perks and maybe even sometimes more traits. But so his sidekick damage will do even more. And then Tatzelworm, who poisons on crit and has better crit chance for all poison on us. Which kind of helps. We kind of help him because if you remember Oozes, or the Goopers, Putrid Odor trait, when we do something, we apply 2 poison to ourselves. So they'll get some crit off of that, but also we do that because whenever poison triggers on our Gooper, enemies also take damage from it. And the more debuffs on our team, the more strength our Mephiston can get, and then he'll be doing more damage. So, anywho, we got Tatzelworm doing 8 damage to Mephisto and applying 2 poison, and the wolf just doing 4 damage to our ooze, generating water. So we're not too worried about the wolf. If we could stop the Tatzelworm, that'd be great. I don't think we can stop him because even though we do have a water attack, first off, we don't have enough ether to use it. And also, it's its support move. It doesn't actually deal damage, so we can't stagger them. So actually, there's no way we stagger any of these guys. So I'm just gonna ignite for some poison, or for some fire, and then right. I was gonna say, wait, how did we poison ourselves? I forgot that we also need to remember our own trait. The first ally and the first enemy that use an action each turn get poison or burn. So that's actually an important thing to remember if I can, because if I can use ooze first, that might benefit us more, because if ooze gets +2 poison, then that's even more damage he's applying to them. I need to remember that. But anywho, that was your attack. Now we just have to basic attack. Probably just fall up on the Tatzelworm. We'll get some ether. And then, yeah, we're not going to be able to avoid any of this. They did crit. So we have 4 poison on us. Don't love that. But what are you going to do? But see, we took 2 damage from our poison and then dealt it back. Freaking stupids. And we could heal ourselves to full. I'm not worried about dying in this fight. It's just the more damage you take in a fight, the better the chance, the odds that you take corruption damage. So it's not always guaranteed. I don't know how they factor it in. I think like the more a hit does damage, the greater the chance you increase corruption. It is a pretty contentious mechanic from what I can tell in the community, because it can be pretty overwhelming, but with updates they added it so you can either reduce corruption or just remove corruption entirely from the game. I think that trivializes it too much. I think I've tried, I might even have it on, I'm not sure, reduce corruption. It reduces it by like half. Because at least early on, full corruption is just a bit silly. And demoralizing. Because it's very snowbally. Once you have too much and you're weak, you just start all fights for the rest of time with like no health, and then everything just one-shots you. So I've at least found it a little more fun early on while I'm still leveling stuff to reduce some of the corruption added. But anywho, yeah, we got to choose. This foul is going to do 10 damage to Mephisto. I think we can kill the Tatzelworm. So I'm actually going to heal us and then apply poison to ourselves. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then she... Yeah, we can get away with a basic attack to get more ether, and then the debuff should take care of them. Stupid. Bow, 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 bow. They are going to do 6 damage to us. I think we might be able to kill. And I just need to check something. So it says... Monster gains +1 damage and +6 evasion for every 13 debuff stacks among all monsters in combat. Okay, so currently there's 4, 8, 10, 12. Ain't no way. Okay. So we're not getting a buff currently. But I think we can fix that. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, you can actually see it right up there. So, showing me that it's actually just giving me a number rather than me having a count. There's 18 on the field, so we should currently have +1 damage and +6 evasion. But you'll see here, for instance, my basic attack was doing 2x2 damage, but now it's 2x3 damage. So, it is indeed working, and also we now see that either of these will kill. We're literally the greatest ever. And like no worthiness gains, but that's enough XP to level up. There are 2 things you can get leveling up: traits or attacks. And I think you can have a max of, I think, 4 attacks, and either a max of 2 or 3 traits. I can't remember, but either way, we got here Plague, which is an aura, which means trait affects all allies or enemies, but you can't have more than one of the same aura trait. So, like, we can't have 2 plagues. Whenever poison triggers on an enemy, applies poison to all enemies. That's pretty good. Polluted ether. On attack, consumes up to 1 earth ether to deal a 6 earth damage hit and apply 6 poison to target. Oh, apply 6 poison to target enemy. We'd have to make sure we have another earth. That's also really good. What the fudge? And overheat. So this one's more about burn, but I think we're going more for poison. I'm kind of torn. Because, like, if ooze rolls plague, that would be good. But if he doesn't... Is this polluted ether? We just don't have a lot of ether generation right now, so I'm actually just going to go plague. And then we're going to see what Gooper gets. And I think the level ups always alternate, by the way. Like it's trait at 2, then attack, trait, attack, something like that. Peak performance. Whenever an ally reaches 4 debuff stacks, applies power and shields them for 4. Triggers up to once per monster per combat. It only happens once, but we are debuffing ourselves quite a bit. Incorruptible. Retaliate. Shields self for 4. And Retaliate just triggers when this monster is attacked or receives non-attack damage actions. So like poison wouldn't activate it. If this trait triggers 3 times, cleanses 3 corruption from self. Or, well, he could get the polluted ether. Consumes up to 1 earth ether to deal a 6 earth damage hit. And apply 6 poison to target enemy. That is good, but again, we just don't have a ton of ether. I'm gonna go with Incorruptible. When they get hit, they shield themselves. Because then if we can teach them an attack that redirects, like a taunt, we'll get more out of that. We got a brand new equipment, Drum. On support action, cleanses 1 debuff and applies 1 temporary power to target ally. And debuff mitigation, debuffs deal 1 less damage against allies. Wait, so I'm assuming that's not per stack. So like if I had 1 poison, it should do 0 damage, but if I have 8 poison, it would do 7. Funnily enough, cleansing 1 debuff, kind of counterintuitive, but I think it's still worth it. And a support action, it'll literally say, so like healing slime, dedicated support action. I think that still counts even though it's dedicated. There's just some specific things that want dedicated support actions, but like toxic slashes and attacks. So we'll give it to the Gooper. He's gooping. We're interacting with a Void Meteorite. So we can give Mephiston an Elemental Affinity perk. It will enhance a monster's basic attacks to deal damage to the respective element and generate an additional ether of that element. Oh. So Mephisto basic attack with either, I don't know if it does both, fire and earth. Water and earth might not be bad because otherwise we don't have a way to do water damage, because then it would make our basic attack be able to stagger. But if it gives us additional water ether, we don't really need that. But it could give more earth ether. We're going to go with Mephiston yellow. Oh, we get to choose. Oh, that would have been nice to know. Wait, maybe I can go back. Or maybe I just don't change it. Basic attacks do earth damage. Sure. Whatever. Mephiston, basic attack now do earth damage and give us +1 earth ether. The biggest thing we had to decide was who to give it on, because trying to think of who we are more likely to use a basic attack on. And honestly, kind of a coin toss, so it didn't matter too much. We get to choose the path, though. This one will guarantee have a knight NPC, who I think gives us free items, or a free item. This will give us a random rare loot drop, which could be an item, or it could just be resources or something, I'm not sure. Or an envoy, which I believe is how you get another monster. Because you can have a party of up to 3. Yeah. And we want to get our third party as early as possible, because they don't have the same amount of XP as your other monsters. So if you get them later on, they'll have less XP. So the earlier you get them, the better. We have Medusa, which, wouldn't you know it, poison and affliction. Ahmed again, Circuit, who poison shield force. Or Domovoy. Okay, so we have 2 poison people here. And this guy's earth wind. This one's earth water. Let's see, Medusa's trait. Retaliate. So when they're hit, cleanses 1 debuff. For every 5 debuff cleanse from self, triggers an attack that deals 1/5 earth and water damage to all enemies, and applies 4 affliction to each enemy. Whereas Circuit signature trait is Judgment, which is an aura. Whenever one or more shielded allies gets attacked, triggers poison on the enemy and applies force to the attacked allies. Now, hold on a minute. That could be crazy. Because it says triggers poison. And didn't we get... How do I see my people? Hold on. Plague. Whenever poison triggers on an enemy. So that would snowball some poison application. Although they like Affliction too, which does deal with debuffs. Let's see here. Heals all allies, applies poison to self, cleanses corruption from all allies in first use each combat. 3x3 water damage, cleanses 3 debuffs. Circuit has foul shield, shields target ally, and applies 3 poison to random enemy. 2x4 wind earth damage, applies 3 poison. Yeah, we're gonna go with, I like Circuit here. I've never used them. You can tell they have worthiness 1. Welcome to the team. I want to give him a nickname. Sure. We'll go with Skarner. Because you can't convince me he's not. Hello. I am well. How are you? That's great to hear. Okay, so we get to pick an artifact or refuse to get 10 gold. Artifacts, I hadn't gone through them. There are consumable items you can use once per turn in a battle, but they have limited uses. So there could be something really OP. Yeah, let's take a peek. Shielding Dust. Shield all of our allies for 2 charges, so that means essentially 2 uses for the whole run. Or Rod of Command reactivates target monster and applies 3 corruption, so they get to take another turn. I like the shield though, because it also works with our Circuit, but also if there's just one turn where we're just taking far too much damage. Get parried, idiot. So they tried to ambush us. Oh. What are the odds? We found 2 shinies of the same... What the fuck? Okay, so this is a shifted version of this monster. I've never seen him before. And somehow we got 2 in the same battle. Okay. So obviously we want to get this guy. And obviously that's a bit of a problem. Because the only way we can stagger them is with this attack. Because this is our only wind. So in order to capture it, I didn't talk about this. You have mementos. So this is like not your Pokeball. You know what I'm saying? And instead of them being weak, you know, like you need to just get them low enough to have a better chance, you have to stagger them. If they're staggered and you don't own their memento, which you can tell I don't own the shifted memento for this because there's like the ore around them, but you'll see like the little root fella down there doesn't have an outline because I already have him. It will consume it, but then we get that, and then that's how in future runs you could use them. So I would like to get one of these. But we have to actually stagger. So I have to stagger them and not kill them. Easy, right? Probably. The only thing I'm worried about is we have 1 wind ether, so we have to hope at turn start we generate another one. Or, you know what I could do? Nah, yeah, I'll just... What is this one doing? Doing 8 damage and applying 3 weakness. So I'm going to try and stagger this one, because since this one's using a big attack, he might do a basic attack next turn, and then this one might do something more special next turn. And that would be the turn we might stagger him. Okay. So, bro's not having a good time. I don't really need to worry about healing. Is there any way... Let's see here. I don't actually know what this thing does. The wholesome trait. At start of combat, applies regeneration. Whenever... Okay, so he's like an AoE healer. Well, then we just don't let him AoE heal. Duh. Well, basic attack with Mephisto, since he gives us more ether. Although, I don't know. I mean, he might heal, but he's not going to do a lot of damage. I'll go for the other wolf. I'm a wolf. Rawr. And then poison this guy. And now they're going to whack all of us. Okay, but he got hit middle. Applied weakness, but now he shields. Someone else is attacking the ooze again, which should activate it, which should trigger poison, which should poison everyone even more. It does. Okay, see, they're already so weak. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. Can I stack? Okay, we have enough to... Okay, well. It would appear that we are not going to get the shiny version. Because in order to stagger him, he's going to die anyway. Why are you like this? It's also because... right. He has force. Which is because shielded ally got hit. And that's his passive. And it gives us a crit. So... that sucks. Rip, rip, rip. Sorry, friend. But it was only just a dream. Alright, so not being able to get the shiny is devastating, but whatever. I'll never recover. Fine. We can stagger this fella who is trying to heal. 21 damage. Yeah, we can't have that. I'm gonna stop you right there. Sir, this is the police. And... oh, you're doing 12 damage to me? What? Get off me, bro. Unfortunately, not enough debuffs to actually take him out. Close, but no cigar. Okay, bro, got pooped on though. We already got kind of some synergy going on here with the team, though. It's actually already kind of well coordinated. It's just too bad we didn't get the shiny. Ah! Fruit not getting shiny monster's name. I know. Don't remind me about that POW world, man. When we were doing our 100-day challenge. Sad. Great work, guys. Minus the fact that you killed him a little too well. Yeah, so that's my biggest complaint so far. Thanks for absolutely nothing. And something to note, if you end up playing, and you're like, why aren't I finding shinies? You can only find a shiny or a shifted of someone you've already caught or got a memento of. So like Mephisto, for instance, I could find him, catch him in a run, but for the rest of that run, or any runs previously, I would have never found him shiny. But then every run after, he has a chance to be shiny. And the odds are different, and you can buy some meta progression stuff to increase it, like I, recently had. I don't know what the odds ultimately are right now, but... and there's some random NPC we're gonna save. Hey, I'm Jack, eh? I'm out here jacking it. Oh, and you're Mephisting it. Nice. Oh, all characters in this biome collected. Well, I don't know what that does. They show up at my base. That's really all I know. There's no way we can break you in the first place. We'll go for the wolf. Swing! What do we got here? We got 6 damage coming in, 10 damage coming in, 9 damage coming in. Okay, well, you're both going up top. That's 16 damage to my Mephisto. Yeah, don't love that. Also, don't know if I can stop that. Because we can stagger the wolf fella. But that's the only one not hitting. I guess I could shield him. Prevent 6 damage. Or how much earth? We could both actually toxic slash. Ooh, but that is an interesting conundrum. We can poison this ooze a bunch, but then he takes poison damage and deals that back to us, just like we would do that to him. How about we go for Tatzelworm first? Hope I poisoned myself. Okay, well, I burned and poisoned myself. I don't actually know how I did both. Oh, wait, I guarantee I poisoned myself with it. Okay, yeah, never mind. No. We're good. I'm going to shield Mephisto. He's Mephisting it. And then I'm going to basic attack the ooze to reduce some of his poise. Maybe stagger next turn. And everyone's poison is triggering, which then just snowballs with the plague thing we got. And because it got hit with a shield, Mephisto will crit next turn for some big damage. We ended up staggering with his passive. He'll get destroyed. We can also stagger this guy instead of taking 9 damage. Here, don't mind if I do. Toy. You're the only one taking an action this turn. So, should be easy to clean you up. Yeah, let's see. 4. If I do... that. And then we can crit with our next move. So, hit him with that. And nearly everybody's dead. Stupid. Okay, this is probably the most synergized I've had in an early game team. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to get your hopes up. But I'm just saying. Skarner leveled up. Let's go. Redemption. On dedicated support action, cleanses 2 debuffs from each ally. Then applies 1 force to each ally that had at least 1 debuff cleansed this way. Okay. Unfortunately, these are all force related. We somehow didn't hit a single poison one. That kind of sucks. Perfect Edge and Aura. He's Aura farming. Force stacks on allies now only apply to the first hit of each attack. Allies deal +2 crit damage for every stack of force on them. Okay. On dedicated support action, applies 1 force to each ally. I know, we're kind of at odds here. We're having stuff that cleanses our debuffs, which is cool. But then it's reducing the damage. That, like, Mephisto's doing to himself. Or Mephisto's scaling. Because, like, we want poison to be hurting ooze. To trigger poison on himself. It's only when I do a dedicated support action, though. So if I just don't do it, that's not happening. So we'll take it. And that way, if things are getting out of hand, I can control our debuffs a little bit. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I already talked to you. What you doing, you little rascal? Oh! Oh! What? These are both shinies. That's usually the blue ox. Looks like he's green. And that's usually the purple dude right over there, but now he's green. Okay, slight problem. I can never... fuck. We don't have an offensive water move. So I'm never going to stagger them, which means I only have one choice. And that's to stagger you. This is why having all the elements would help. But look, they're both shiny. And they're so shiny. But I'm interested to see the difference between the Tatzelworm. So, where can I see that? Okay, so Tatsworm is usually crit, regen, poison. This one is crit, dodge, poison. They might have the same signature trait. They do. But it's just... Oh, Earth Fire versus Earth Wind. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Whereas this guy, I'm going to be honest, I don't super remember what he typically is. He's now poison. What the fudge? How much poison? So, he's normally tank shield. I don't know what this is, but now it's poison. And he has a shifted trait. Whenever damage is dealt to this monster's shield, deals a combined Earth Wind. Because, yeah, typically he'd be Earth Water. Very interesting. Well, I need to get more burn. I don't have. Or more fire ether. So I need to basic attack somebody. I'm not going to hit you because I don't want to kill you. You're poisoning, although I don't think I can kill you. I'll hit you anyway, though. Get off me, man. Let's see. 6 damage, 6 damage. Okay, so doing 11 damage to my ooze. But I guess if they were going to hit anybody. Fine, that's him. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Boo-doo-doo. I think we can... Crystal Smash just fine here. Get poisoned, idiot. And then we could poison him even more, and that should heal the deal. Yes, sir. Didn't even get attacked because you're poisoned, stupid. Okay, now there's just no way this one fire attack should do 36 damage. So we should be fine. We were fine. Okay, thank God. Hallelujah. Okay, so now he's staggered. We don't have him, and I can throw a memento. Oh my God, we did it. Jotun shifted. God. What kind of monster are you? Share with me your secrets deep inside. What the fudge is this? 16 damage and applies 2 dodge. Time out. Stop that. I've had enough of your shenanigans. Good news, you're dead. Pull him out. Poison going crazy, baby. Okay, great work, everybody. Great work. What is this? Fields for 8. Something, something, blah, blah. Doesn't matter, you're dead. Lamau. And I've captured your soul forever. Good luck with that one, buddy. Come on, level up. Fudge, man. Tough out here trying to get worthiness, but we got some level ups. New attacks. We got Viral Bloom Guard. Shield self for 14. Well, 2x7. Applies a redirect to self. Wait a second. No, I want this on like the ooze. Why are you getting this? Oh. Retaliate triggers poison. Oh, wait a second. Wait, this is kind of sick, though. Because we shield ourselves. They have to hit us. When they do, it triggers poison, which then adds more poison because of plague. And because I'm shielded, gives me force because of Skarner. And then something else. Because doesn't do something else if I get hit? Oh, and that triggers poison. Okay, that's pretty good. Toxic Eruption, 2x4 earth and fire damage against target enemy. Deals an additional X damage hit, which is 2 for each poison step. Whoa. Wait, but that's a huge attack. 2 per poison stack. Well, fudge. I want that too. Torment Flux. Cleanses up to 6 debuff stacks from this monster. Deal 5 damage to target enemy for every stack cleansed. really wish I could just like toss this over to the ooze, the gooper. But Toxic Eruption could be such a good finishing move. The problem too is this needs water. We have so little water over here. Do I just hope someone else gets that? I am. I'm gonna take Toxic Eruption. Toxic Eruption. Alright, Gooper, show me. You didn't get it. Okay. Suck me softly. Shield all allies for 9. Cleanse debuff. Apply redirect. Well, redirect is nice. Although it takes 2 wind. What the fudge? Nature Guard. Heals all allies for 2 by 6. Applies redirect as well, which is nice. Permanently increases max health by 2 when used for the first time each combat. Or Unstable Charm. Applies 2 force to target ally. 1 by 4 water and fire damage against target ally. I don't want to hit my friend. You are my friend. Oh, wait a second though. Could that trigger poison? Because isn't poison just when you take damage from an action? No. Oh, because I'm thinking of retaliate. Okay, wait. So then, if we had an ally that was shielded, then we hurt ourselves and we apply force. And it's a free action. Because if we do that to ourselves, we give ourselves shield. Right? Yeah. Interesting. Just we don't have any redirection. This shields all allies, which helps with this, but the only problem is we need 2 wind. We're not getting much wind either. And that probably cleanses too many debuffs. Screw it. I'm gonna go Unstable Charm. I don't know. We'll hurt ourselves, I guess. See how that goes. I have no idea. Gotta be good. Maybe. Probably. We got another equipment. A tome. On single target attack applies weakness. Weakness reduces the damage of each hit by 3. Each hit consumes stack. Well, I mean, Skarner doesn't have an item, so go for it, buddy. Love that for you. Okay, do we want to go to the Ether Spring, which I think gives us like a buff for the bio or something, or like a one-time. That could be a night or ether crystals. Well, you know what? We'll try the Ether Spring. Because if this is what I think it is. So every time we go to a new place, though, we have the chance to get a new monster. But I mean, I kind of like our team. I mean, there is Tatzelworm, who's also poison, but I think we're kind of vibing. So I'm not going to bother. And I think this is the Ether Spring. So, equipment from random loot drops have a 35% chance to have a higher tier. Or, at the end of each combat, 25% chance that one of your monsters gains 1 extra XP. So there's a fourth of a chance one monster gets 1 extra XP. Which is not huge. But I do like me some XP. So I'm doing it. YOLO. Oh. And what the fudge is this? Elemental Challenge. You may send in one of the Earth monsters in your party to take on the Earth Elemental Challenge. They have a 50% chance to succeed. On success, they gain 1 XP and 100 worthiness. On failure, inflicted with 3 corruption. Okay. A little tricky. I mean, Skarner is technically behind on XP and has the least amount of worthiness. Come on, buddy. He passed the challenge. That's my freaking go. I was never worried. Now, if he gets a random XP, suddenly he's caught up. So, next world is going to be a boss. We're obviously holding off on that. First, I must blitz you guys. We're going to blitz... I guess the wolf. Boo-doo-doo. Okay, the cockatrices, I think they get more powerful every time you hit them in a turn. And they apply buffs or something. Do 9 damage, 6 damage, 12 damage. What the fudge is wrong with you? 12 damage and 2 burn. What the heck, man? Wait, I didn't get a single fire freaking... What? I can't do that. I could, like, shield the ooze. Although I want him to go first so that he gets the poison or burn from the Mephisto passive. Is there any way... I don't think there's any way we stop this dude from doing something this turn. So... And the bad... How many times has he hit me? Every time I hit him, he's going to get more powerful, no? Applies 1 temporary power to self when hit. And every 7 times this triggers, applies 10 burn to each enemy. Holy stuff. Alright, well, let's get some poison, then make the most of the hits. So how much damage is this guy doing? 15. Okay. I'm going to target the ooze with a shield. He also got force for that. And then we're... I don't want to hit him again. I don't want to hit him again. Wait. Oh, I didn't really stay, but shit. We're taking 21 damage. Holy Jesus. We're going to hit the wolf. Walk it off, buddy. I know everything hurts. Been there, buddy. But we'll retaliate more, activating more poison on everybody. And they'll have a bunch of force stacks. And they'll get more shield back. You got 3 force stacks. Look at all that poison. Okay. Okay. What is that? 16 damage? This is outrageous. So this does 10 damage, but 2 more for each hit. So like the middle one has 3, so that should be 6. Oh, so it should be 22 damage, which I think it is. Maybe if we can apply a little more poison first. We could stop this guy from doing 12 damage. But I really want to stop this fella. Need a little bit more poison. I guess if I hit myself, is that worth it? Why not? Okay, so then how am I getting out of this? How much poison that put him at? 5? That puts him down to 12. And then I don't think poison stuff does enough. So I think we just gotta... but I can't do that. I don't actually think I can kill this guy at all. 5 damage. And doing 20 damage. Holy stuck. Because that'll do 24, 28 damage if I'm not able to kill him. Why are you guys like dummy thick right now? What's that about? Yeah. Whatever, I'm doing it. Toxic eruption. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I think we can kill him. This basic attack will put him down to 7. He has 6 poison, but as long as we trigger poison on someone else first, plague will spread, and then that should put him at 7. I'm fairly confident. Perfect. Okay, crisis averted. Hey, get off me, Mo. How's it going, guys? What's this? Damage against self. Oh, to give it temporary power. I see what it's trying to do. Saucy little minx. Okay, you have 12 poison. You're practically dead no matter what I do. You're dead to poison. You should just die to poison in a second. Okay, we should be good. Perfect. And worthiness level up on Mephiston. So permanently does +1 poison damage. So that's fun. Why don't skunks pay taxes? Because they only have 1 cent. Banned. Get him out of here. Skarner leveled up. What did you get? Snowy Embrace. Shields all allies for 10. Heals all allies with a debuff for 10. 3/3. Earth damage against target enemy. Applies force to all allies. Or 2 fire, 2 wind. Heals all allies for 5. Deals damage to all enemies equal to the amount of shield on this monster. Snowy Embrace is not bad. I like that one. I'll take it. But I need more water. We gained another tome, which is actually exact same as the one we have. So I'm just going to scrap it for some shmoney. Shmoney, money, money. We got a monster soul. All right. I see this little guy's trying to ambush us. Nope. Not on my watch. What the fudge is this? 2/4 earth damage against all enemies. Applies 2 poison, 1 weakness to all enemies. And then 6 damage, whatever. Alright. We don't like this fella. We don't like your kind around here. I don't have enough earth. That's incredible. Okay, well, basic attack from Mephisto staggers and gets us more earth. Because we can stagger him. We're just going to give him poison, which in turn will come back to us. But we could shield everyone. And then everyone gets hit by a shield, which then poisons everyone else. So that's totally fine by me. In fact, maybe now it's 6 damage. 8 damage. Yeah, I don't really care, actually, if he hits us with all that, then. Well, I guess I do in that. He still applies the debuffs, but we cleanse a good bit anyway. So, yeah, actually, I'll just hit him. Do your worst. Wait, but I just realized. My retaliate doesn't work because no one has poison on them. Now the ooze does, but Whoops. Forgot that one crucial. I have to apply. Yep. Gotta apply. Yep. Got it. We're good. Fine. Whatever. Okay, well, with that in mind, let's shield everyone again. And now we'll apply poison you and poison you. Then everyone has poison. Then we can spread all the poison. Stupid. Spread poison you. Okay, now you hit us all. We all get force. You all get poison. Get staggered, idiot. Lamau. You hit my shield, freaking idiot. That was like, wait. I did not realize how much damage was that. What are you doing? Okay, my fault. I didn't realize. Unfamiliar with their game. I didn't bother to look because I didn't think it'd be that bad. 15 damage. Yeah, what the fudge is this? And applies regen. Well, we can't have that. Good news. I can blow him up. This one has way more health, but I can kill him with this. Idiot. And poison you a good bit. And then I can just basic attack to get some ether, and then poison should finish you, and then we'll finish him next turn. Okay, I forgot his regen would go off first. Okay, but all right, so I miscalculated. That, you know what? That one's on me. Report me, please. Okay, well now you're dead of poison. Right. All right. Took a little bit of a licking, but that's okay. Framework 88, thank you for the 29-month run. 29-month resub, and DJ Kraka 3223 with the 41 months. Welcome back to House for Dudley. He's close to leveling up his worthiness. You're worthy. You're worth it. Got a blank memento. We like that. Granted, I don't think I've gotten that random XP thing to happen yet at the end of a battle. There's only been 2 battles, but like, come on, man, what is this? A blessed pond. What is this? You may offer coins to the pond to cleanse your monsters of their corruption. How much corruption do we have right now? Oh, this item keeps his corruption, or yeah, his corruption. You only have 4. Honestly. Skip. A rare time I don't use that thing. This is not related to Rivals of Aether, but I could see why you'd think so. There's a merchant, a rare loot drop, or the witch. Now, granted, I think we get a merchant after the boss, guaranteed. And it's not like I have that much money. I'm trying to remember what the witch does. I don't know. I guess we're gonna go find out. We went to her once, I think, but yeah, I already forgot what she did. So, or no, maybe it wasn't the witch. I don't know. What is this? Active memory crystal. We can reroll an action or reroll a trait. Oh. Huh. We could reroll this redemption. Although it wasn't that bad. We could get rid of incorruptible. I like shielding ourselves. But the problem is we also cleanse all the poison off of ourselves. So we could go for an attack. I guess I could reroll the unstable charm because that was a little underwhelming. Maybe I'll do that. The Gooper, reroll unstable charm. Survey says Viral Bloom triggers poison on all monsters. And it's a free action. Oh. Puddle cleanse, debuff, cleanse, corruption, free action. Over slime, water and earth damage against target enemy. Takes 2 water, 3 earth. For every 3 debuff stacks on this monster, trigger poison on the enemy up to 3 times. That's really good. Also, stupid expensive. But it would be the only water attack that could actually stagger. But this is just so good. Triggers poison on all my... That's including us, which would trigger, you know... Because wait, does that work? Because plague is whenever poison triggers on an enemy. So if I did that, that would activate plague another 3 times, right? I'm going to go with that. We got our boss fight. Freaking stupid. What's the big idea here, eh? Alright, if I'm not mistaken, this guy likes to steal a bunch of our ether. I think that's kind of his gimmick or something. Let's see. For every 5 ether purged, ether stolen, or weakness applied, applies power to self. On attack, applies 2 weakness to target enemy. Yeah, okay, so he's going to be applying lots of weakness. Which means he's going to get a lot of power, which means he's going to hurt a lot. So, what if we just didn't? We are gonna... Who's he hitting? 8 damage up top, 8 damage up bottom. Basic attack to get some ether, because our ether is looking pretty atrocious here. Then... Let's see. I don't have poison on myself yet. We'll just poison him some more. This Nintendo gonna sue the step too. I'd like to see him try. Shielding everybody's pretty good. Or we could break Golden or poise. I mean, I already have 2 shield, which isn't much, but then if I shield you, you don't take damage, and then you'll get force or whatever and activate the thing. Also, because of doing that, I cleanse the slime's poison. See, fudge, I don't want to do that. I want him to have some poison on him. Because then his ability doesn't even do anything, no? Whenever poison triggers on this monster, enemies also take it, but he doesn't. He's not. RIP! Okay. What do we got here? 24 damage to the top. Okay. 16 damage in the middle. Well, I could shield everyone. And apply more crit. Sure. Booty 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 boot. This guy's got 3 force, living his best life. This toxic eruption can do some big damage. We just need to keep getting more poison on him. How much does he need? We'll have 1 each, so we could do this. That puts him at 10. And then Toxic Eruption to crit for insane damage, honestly. Almost half his health. And we staggered him so he... Or wait, did we stagger him? Yeah, we did, right? Yeah. So he only does 1 attack instead, too. Honestly, if we have enough to do... What do I need? Need 1 more earth? Wait, we can just, like, kill him. Then if I... Okay, this eruption thing is insane for bosses. What the fudge? I'm glad I took it. Oh. Freaking stupid. Wow. Okay, that's probably the quickest I've ever beat that boss. Get absolutely destroyed. Worthiness level up. Crit damage plus 2. Which works out because he gives that force to everyone, which guarantees crits. And more XP to everyone. We got 2 or 3 for that one. Mephiston gets a new trait, Overheat, which is about burn. But at the end of your turn, triggers burn on each enemy with 3 or more burn and applies 3 burn to this monster for each one. Third Torment. Whenever a debuff stack is applied to this monster, it applies the same debuff to another random ally or enemy. Every 4 burn applied to enemies generates Fire Ether. Oh, well, rip. No poison here. We really don't burn that much, so I guess whenever a debuff stack is applied to this monster, it's Gamba and just applies it to someone else too, sure. The Ooze gets that redemption one as well. Toxic Earth Aura. On Earth action from any ally, applies poison to each enemy. Oh. We'll do that. And Skarner, Incubation, has an aura as well. Poison no longer triggers at the start of turn, but poison damage is doubled. This applies to both allies and enemies. Debuffs deal 4 more damage, so poison would just do whatever, plus 4, I guess. Instead of shields on all allies vanishing at the start of your turn, half of all shields are retained, rounded up. I mean, this one is interesting, because double poison damage, but it doesn't trigger at the start of turn, so it would have to be either Viral Bloom or Judgment, but double damage. That is a tough one. Because there might be other ways to force poison later on, or just Fatal Upkeep. I mean, we trigger individually good bad, and that's just plus 4 damage every trigger. I feel like their incubation could go crazy. I just don't know if I have enough to commit to that yet. So we'll go Fatal Upkeep. And that's what I says, get out of my game, but first, give me your thing. Heroic Horn Artifact. I haven't even used an artifact yet, but... Okay, this should be free merchant. It is, and a free monster meal, which cleanses some corruption. What do you have to say? Whoa, what the fudge? Epic Drum. On support action, cleanses 4 debuffs. Ah, brother. Applies 1, but it also has increased shielding of each shield on allies by 1. Converts the first ether generated by this monster each turn into a wild ether. That's really good. Lance, epic. Converts the element of the first hit of each attack into wild damage. Wild damage plus 4. Heal upkeep. At the start of your turn, heal for 2. And 20% chance to apply power to self. That's really good. Blank Memento. To catch a monster. Okay, for 5 gold, we can get 1 random XP. Bet. This lance sounds too good to pass up. I think I'm going to grab it. And we're going to get rid of the drum. And then scrap that for 3 gold. Buy a blank memento. And that's all I can afford. I don't want a monster soul. Now, just for the fun of it, who else could we throw in here? We have Master Hand, Wormling, the Cat, Nosferatu, Cockatrice. Well, no one with poison. Yeah, I think we kind of got our team. We get Epic Loot Drop, Aether Spring, or random NPC. Let's try the Spring. Because it gives a buff for the whole run, even if that like XP at the end of the round thing hasn't triggered yet at all. This will be different, trust. At the start of your turn, it generates 1 Earth Ether. What the fudge? That's insane. Oh, at the start of your turn, generates a Wind Ether. That's also really good. Because we don't generate much wind. Granted, we don't have a ton of stuff for wind, but also I haven't taken stuff because we have so little wind. But everybody wants Earth. but also everyone has a chance to generate it. Okay, you know, I'll go with generate wind. Great. I don't know if that's the play, but... oh, I clicked it, so sue me. Get parried. Yo, we got Shiny Nosferatu? Now the problem is, can I stagger you without you dying? Early, right? What is this ether spread? How did I somehow not get enough to do, like, anything? What? How did we get no... Whatever. Don't know how that happened. 15 damage. 16 damage. We got 24 damage coming up top. The heck? Okay, what if we shield everybody? And then... Just basic attack this fella. And I think that gets changed to wild or whatever, so we get 1 stagger. Ignite, that puts you down to 2 on your stagger meter. The next turn, hopefully we can stagger. And then capture you. I didn't apply poison though, so even though we have shield, we're not spreading it anywhere, but... we got no fire ether. Okay. So that's worst case. Oh, but this staggers him apparently. Great, because he's doing 15 damage. I don't know why your attack is doing that specifically, but go on, son. Huge. Now I get to catch myself a shiny Nosferatu. Fire and wind. We love that. Don't love everyone else killing me, though. What's that about? I'm just gonna shield everyone again. Lord help me. Help, I need somebody. I do need to start triggering poison on somebody. Guess we'll go on Nosferatu. There we go. Big. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Alright, now watch this pop off. You ready? Boom. Big damage. And then we viral bloom. Boom. Poison spread. Alright, you're dead. Love freaking now. And then I need 1 more earth. So we just hit there. And then I can toxic eruption. And then this guy is dead. Awesome. And since we're in the second biome, every fight should give us 2 XP now. Now, of course, as we level up, we need more and more XP, but we got a rare belt. On interrupt, 75% chance to apply power to self and +2 crit damage. And on interrupt, triggers when enemy action is interrupted. They get interrupted when staggered, killed, or when the enemy lacks the Aether required. Okay. Pretty niche, I'm not gonna lie. But probably better than this tome doing nothing, so. What is this? A soul lantern. Release a soul to grant health +5 to a monster. If you take a soul, you simply gain... Which, okay, well, I don't need my souls. So, let's give +5 health to... Skarner. Love that for you, buddy. Okay, and we got a pack of these fellas. Going for the water staggers is negligible because we can't stagger you at all. It's a work in progress. This guy is giving himself a bunch of wild ether. That's no bueno. 8 damage. 8 damage. Okay. Well, we need to start applying poison. Do I just shield everybody? That would leave us with that. That's fine with me. We're gonna shield everybody so we ain't taking no damage. Then we poison in you, I guess, because you're closer to getting staggered. And then kind of want to go after the Grimoire fellow. But now everyone has poison, so it'll trigger, and then they're going to hit us, which will trigger, and then the plague will keep, you know? Because then he hits there, which then triggers his thing, which triggers the other thing. Bada bing, bada boom. Because then, and so then, because, yep. All coming together. And then for that same reason, I'm just gonna go the viral bloom, trigger poison on everybody. But then all their poison gets increased even more. Okay, we got 21 damage. Okay, 21 damage going middle top, and 10 damage hitting everybody. Wait a second. So that's illegal. Okay, how do we stop everybody? Let's see here. That would bring you low enough. Is there any way? No, I don't think I can stagger him at all. Let me see here. We poison here. And you're at 10. You're at 11. Would shielding everyone be better? Yeah, maybe. Shield everyone. And then get some ether and kill this guy. Okay, and the poison's gonna kill the other one anyway, so we're good. Oh, I thought the poison would have killed that guy. I mean, it did, but too late. Okay. Little build we got going is pretty good so far. Big level ups. No shot you got viral bloom guard again. Give it to somebody else, man. Shield self applies redirect, but I don't want you to. And retaliate triggers poison. Slime volley. 3/3 water, applies poison, generates random ether. Torment flux, right. And why? You don't even get water. That's not one of your things, but all these moves require water. Ooh, but this is water earth damage against all enemies. Applies 3 poison to all enemies in self. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll do that. And the Gooper. Drift Guard, shield self for 2/6, applies redirect. Smog, apply 2 poison to all monsters. Slime volley, 3/3, water and earth damage against all enemies. Oh, so another one. You know, we'll do Smog because it's a free action. You can only do 1 free action per turn, so we can't do that and then get a free action by activating on everyone, but we just got 2 skill rerolls, which is pretty good. I have the high ground. Let's go for this guy. Booty 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 booty. 8 damage up top. 12 damage down or in the middle. Ooh, 24. 36 damage middle. Okay, so we got to stagger this guy. But don't have any... I don't have enough fire to frickin' suck. I can't stagger him. That's incredible. And by that I mean, that sucks. Okay, well, I'm going to apply 2 poison to everybody. Okay, just realized that meant us too. Holy suck. Okay, but that immediately gives us +1 damage. E-bus. Alright, whatever. We'll just focus this guy, I guess. We need some ether. Oh, I will, Gus. I didn't realize they were playing. I feel like I gotta shield everybody. We're taking kind of a penis load of damage on this one. Take my shields. Oh, and I applied force, which does +1 poise, which actually means we can interrupt him. Big, totally saw that in-game state, and that's what I was working towards. Yes, let the poison flow through you. Yes. Good. Okay, nice poison damage. Now we just trigger it on everybody for about a little damage. Pop goes the weasel. Swing, 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 swing. I don't even know what's going on, but we're popping off. My man. We can kill here. And then we kill up here. It's just that easy. Oh, brother, it's just that easy. Garner levels up. What do we got? Precision Meteor, 1/18 fire and earth damage against target enemy on first hit. On first hit crit, +3 poison damage. Oh. Ooh, also Viral Bloom. Triggers poison on all monsters. Don't mind if I do. Now they can both do that. If we have the ether, which I have no idea. Rare Salve. Alright, well that's probably just... It doesn't give us the 15% chance to apply poison on an attack, but wins us more corruption and gives us more health. So. And I don't think that one poison from an attack is really happening at all. Yeah, let me make sure. I didn't look over here. There's sometimes hidden walls and whatnot. Not here, but there could have been. Did I miss anything? Alright, we can go get some Aether Crystals, random NPC, Epic Loot Drum. I mean, Aether Crystals, that's meta progression currency. Random NPCs, whatever. Let's get the meta progression. Come on now. Don't need you. That wasn't it, right? That was like... There's no way that was it. Because that was like nothing, you know? Level 6? Oh, brother. Hey, fellow Mephistos. My fellow Mephisters. Yeah, but I'm the alpha. I'm shiny, bruh. Well, I didn't mean it. What are you guys doing here? 15 damage. 15 damage. Okay. Well, you guys are just being childish. Okay, but if we apply 2 poison to everybody, probably a little excessive. I put 8 poison on myself. Sweet Moses. And then we get some ether back, because then I can do viral bloom and activate poison on everybody, and that will stagger that because the ooze activation. Yup. And then where? So we got damage going middle. Let's shield you then. Did you shield yourself? I'm not sure what just happened there. And then big damage. Big damage. I don't know why your damage is popping off, but go on, son. Invigorate. That's not gonna save you from our poison, you fool. Wait, okay, wait. I'm gonna start my turn and take a lot of poison damage. Yeah, we're fine. Never worry. Maybe a little bit. How much? Okay, we can kill, like, no matter what we do. Trigger poison on everybody. Love it. And you're dead. You're dead. This game isn't out in 1.0 yet. It's still early access, but it's gotten some updates. I'm checking out again. And it's still a lot of fun. And we're almost 3 worthiness on the Gooper. Still haven't gotten that free XP, but whatever. We gained Blade. 15% extra crit chance, +2 crit damage, and +5 health. You know what? I'll do... Well... I'll do that on Mephiston. And then maybe I'll give... Salve to Skarner, and then sell the belt. I'm the belt. I'm the belt. I'm the belt. I'm the belt. Okay, so I guess what it meant by ether crystal is it just a couple random on the ground, but that doesn't seem great. Brother, it's these guys again. What in the world is the ether spread that I can't do like anything? What's that about? Okay. Well, 21 damage, 15. Take out... let's take out the Mephisto, because he'll also benefit from all the debuffs I'm doing. No bueno. Because also, yeah, like given Smog, gonna kind of go crazy for him. Oh well. There's 27. Am I gonna trigger it on everybody? I reckon. And then I'm gonna shield everybody. big. And then I could stagger him. Kind of want to wait though. We'll just face tank. Ow, 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 ow. Stop it. Yeah, 39 debuffs on everybody. Sheesh. Ooh, get stagger. They'll parry. I don't know what exactly. I guess the ooze or something? Ooh, we could slime volley everybody. Or just trigger all the poison. Probably better. Because then we can trigger it again. And then we have enough... Oh, we don't have enough earth, though, for toxic eruption. Yet. We do this. Then we do that. And then actually I don't even need it. It'll be overkill. Yeah, he's already dead to poison, so whatever. GG go next. But first, worthiness level up, plus 15 health. Oh, sheesh. A substantial amount there, brother. And some level ups. What do we got? New trait. On action, if the action applies debuffs to enemies, applies those debuffs another time to the enemies and to self. Interesting. Burn, we don't really care. Polluted ether consumes up to 1 earth ether to deal a 6 earth damage hit and applies 6 poison to target enemy. Right. I'm just trying to think. We don't have that much ether. I mean, let's see. You apply 2 poison here, 2 burn, and 3 poison to everything. So you double. So that'd be like 4 poison, 4 burn. I could re-roll. Kind of want to save it for the other guys, though. So I'll just do, I guess if I apply debuff, we apply it again. And the Oozer. At the start of your turn, cleanses 2 debuffs from each ally. Whenever a debuff is cleansed, shields them for 2. Oh, we do like shields. We did get the incubation, where poison only retreats at the start of turn. Now this could be good since we just got the bloom thing on another person. Screw it, we'll try incubation. Will I live to regret it? Possibly. Find out. We got a skill reroll, and we got a hidden something, or it's a soul gate. Release a monster soul to gain entrance. Sure. What do we got? Mephiston gain 2 XP. Good for you, buddy. Love that. Deserved. A soul altar. Release a monster soul to get a boon that will aid in the next 2 battles. That's not worth it. It's not like we got a boss coming up or anything. Oh, wait. We do have a boss coming up. Okay, maybe. Although, I don't know if I'm that worried, but we gotta check what else is around here. Around her first. We got a shiny Grimoire, but I already have that one. Unfortunate. Let's go for the Mephisto. Yep, nothing to be caught. Okay. We want to apply poison to everybody. Sheesh. Okay. Then, what are you doing here? 21 damage? 24 damage. Whatever. Hit the Mephisto to get some ether. So then I can activate Viral Bloom. Yeah. Okay, this is working out pretty well. Then we're gonna generate some ether. And I could apply more poison, but I think I'll just generate more ether again. Ow. Ow, whoa, 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 whoa. This will trigger poison. Okay, looking pretty good. It's a lot of damage, applies a bunch. Or, if I just do this, should apply 4 poison instead. And then we just trigger poison everyone and everybody dies. I'm gonna eventually kill myself activating poison like that without realizing. But, hey, until then, Skarner leveled up. Whenever this monster receives or applies shield, applies poison to the enemy with the lowest amount of poison. Ooh. Or instead of shields vanishing, okay. I'm up to wonder. I like that. Toxic shielding, sure. Why not? Get crazy with it. We got a blank memento. And we saved Pole. Little rascal. Go on home. We got treasure chest with not a lot. What are they hiding up here? Nothing. All right. To the boss fight. Do I want to bother releasing a monster soul? I think we got it. I'll save it, because if we find that in like the next biome, then maybe I'll be more inclined. I do not have much money, so that's not going to do us much. Epic loot drop or the witch, who lets us re-roll? But we're kind of... Oh. I meant to inspect my... Okay, the witch it is. I should probably go with the epic thing, but whatever. Okay, so... You know, I could get rid of the redemption. Although now I'm applying too much. Maybe I want to keep that. In which case, maybe get rid of shared torment. Because now I'm applying even more debuffs too. I think I might bone myself. So... Reroll trait, Mephiston. Get rid of shared torment. Well, you have toxic shield, which doesn't really help. Because you don't really... I don't think you apply shield at all. Could do the polluted ether. Whatever. Let's burn. I'm rerolling. Start of your turn, cleanses 2 debuffs from each ally. Whenever a debuff is cleansed, shields him for 2. Whenever an ally reaches 4 debuff stacks, applies power and shields him for 4. Maybe... Peak performance? Sure. Now, where's this little rascal? Where's the master hand? Oh, wait, no, it's not master hand yet. It's, space octopus kraken thing? Alright, now he punishes us if we use the element he chooses. So right now, Earth. Which is everything we use. Whenever an ally uses Earth action, he generates wild ether. If he has 5 wild ether, he does a huge wild attack, which is no bueno. He'll do freaking Star Beam. 26 damage to all enemies. Applies power to himself and hurts. Yeah. Every 3 attacks applies power to itself. 18 damage to the middle, 10 damage to the bottom. Yeah, I would really want to use earth stuff, but guess not. Guess I could just shield everyone. Start there. Huge poison, though, because of that toxic shielding. And you know what? We'll just use this as an opportunity to get a bunch of ether. But we triggered the poison on you, freaking stupid. Now, choose something aside from earth. Fire. That is totally okay. 14 damage to everybody. 30 damage to the middle. Holy. Now, hold on a minute. Let's trigger poison. And then we're gonna trigger poison. And then, let's see. If I can get a water ether, I can shield everybody. So I'll basic attack. And then shield everybody. And then toxic, whatever should poison a bunch. Indeed, indeed. And then don't use fire. I'll just apply. No, I'll basic attack again. No, we'll poison more. 21 poison. So every pop's gonna do like, yeah, 54 right now. You fool. You know not what you've done. 58 damage. Alright, now we just pop poison once. And we're being chillin'. Okay. Never done a poison build before. Now I'm starting to rethink every single decision ever. Because, like, what the fuck? Popping off, man. Big worthiness. Big 2 level ups. New action. Oh, excuse me, new action. But now see, we already have 4 attacks. So if I don't want one of these, I can skip them and just get some max health. But we'll see. Slime shot, 3x3 water and earth. Applies 3 poison to target enemy and self. Generates 1 random ether. Toxic healing. Target ally for 3x6. Applies 3 poison and triggers poison on all enemies. Oh. Probably get rid of Ignite. Sure. And the Gooper, what do we got? Cleanse, debuffs, whatever to apply to reactive shield. Shields target ally for 2x7. Retaliate. Applies 4 affliction to the enemy and 2 affliction to this monster. What are your moves? I mean, we kind of like everything. We'll just give you more health, I guess. Whatever. Whatever. Gooper gained 1 XP. Huge. I wish that really moved the needle. But who knows? Maybe down the line I will. They remove any corruption. Spend our cash. There's an epic tome. On single target attack, apply 2 weakness. At the start of combat, apply 2 weakness to a random enemy. And on action, 20% chance to apply power yourself. Talisman. Whenever a buff is applied to this monster, 20% chance to apply another stack of the same buff. And basic attacks generate an additional wind. Get another memento. Artifact that generates 2 wild ether. And a random XP. I'm going to get a... Although, how many mementos do I have? I feel like I already have enough. But just in case I find a bajillion shinies. Don't know the odds of that, but I'll buy that. And then this double wild ether is pretty good. Sure, I'll take that. We haven't even had use an artifact yet, but that's why. We hold on to it until, you know, it's like in case of emergency break glass situation. And I'm going to go... I'll go with the knight. I think he gives items. And if we don't want them, I think we can get some gold. And we're in the last biome. Because we're simply built different. An epic blade. 20% crit chance. With a 50% chance to apply poison on hit. And +1 burn. Or a rare chain. Single target attack. If the enemies have 5 or more ether, purges an enemy ether with a chance point. I'll take the blade, I guess. And... maybe replace the salve. Sure. We'll sell the salve. Thanks, buddy. I hope you find your dad. I don't know if there's anything in here, but... Oh, I think that's a shiny Sphinx thing. Ah, fudge. I just hope I... Ah, fudge. Can't... Okay, it takes fire. Oh. But I got rid of my... Oh, wait, no. Oh, earth. Duh, earth. Wait, is that a shiny Medusa? I don't know. But I know it's a shiny Sphinx thing. I'll go for the Sphinx thing. It is a shiny Medusa too. Ah, rip. I don't think I can do both of them. Well, we still get one. We'll take it. We can stagger with like whatever we want. With just the basic attack. The problem is... yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to stagger the Medusa. The only thing I have to stagger Medusa is Toxic Eruption. And I would need to do that 4 times. I can tell when it's shiny. You can kind of see the aura. Like, you see like the purple aura and the blue aura. Like the little glow. Might be able to see that. But then also if I wanted to, and I inspect... where is it? Maybe in here? Yeah. So then it says Medusa shifted and Sphinx shifted. And also, it's just like if you normally know what they look like too. Like I know this one's normally yellow, which is why I immediately was like, oh, but I didn't remember what Medusa looked like. Yeah, so had I known it was Medusa, I should have, because I would have had an easier time staggering this guy. I mean, I can try to keep Toxic Eruption every turn. But I think I'd have to get a little lucky, and the problem is... I can't really poison anything. Otherwise, I'll kill them inadvertently. Go. Let's see. I'll try it anyway, though. As long as they're not poisoned, Toxic Eruption doesn't do a lot of damage. And then this reduces by 1. Although now I'm worried too, like, make sure I don't kill myself. Okay. Crystal Smash will interrupt because you're applying a bunch of psychic and power. Although the cat can heal. So it could heal. He will attack with them with sidekick, but he could heal the Medusa for us. Well, for now, I'm going to stagger this so we can for sure get this. Alright, what the fudge was that? Didn't realize you were... What? They hit everyone with that much poison? Okay, that's not good. Okay. 21 damage. 18 damage. Right. Okay, well, I'm capturing you. You're mine. And then... I gotta heal everyone and shield because it should reduce debuffs too. I didn't get rid of everything, but progress. Yeah, fudge. Oh, well. Hold on. How did you poison yourself? Oh, toxic shielding. Oh, rip. I should have done that before. I wasn't thinking. Hold on. I think this is salvageable. Wait, no. Why does this pop you for so much damage? No. Are you healing? No, you're not. This is all we need, and you would... Oh. Why aren't you healing? Don't be a boner. Fudge. Because next turn Toxic Eruption kills it too. I think they're just dead. Next time, I guess. Freaking suck. All order of operations. Had I just remembered toxic shielding and just done the other two first. Rip. Alright, well now we just kill. No more funny games. No more shenanigans. Okay. Shield everyone. Well, I guess I could pop. Nah, I'll heal. So then when we pop, it doesn't hurt us as much. If I still can, I should be able to. Yeah. 1 and 2 is still progress. I know, but we could have gotten both of them. Rip. But it was only just a dream. What are you doing? 27 damage. It's a good thing we have 7. Oh, my bro is freaking tanky. And Toxic Eruption just kills. I actually don't know what you can do without a teammate. Because this monster actually can't attack. They just have like sidekick and buff stuff. Maybe they can summon. They could summon a turret to attack for him, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, well. Sucks to be you, I guess. We'll find that Medusa another time, right? But hey, we got one. Toxic healing, which we have tremble, or glacier shield. What are your attacks? Yeah, we kind of like yours too. I guess we'll just give you health. We got 2 skill rerolls. That's a normal Medusa. Oh man. Boo. Boo. Okay, there's a lot. Who's it? Applies 2 poison to all monsters. I don't know what you guys. Oh, that's bad. 12 damage to everything with crit chance, which could also poison. Holy shit. We gotta put an end to all this. Might just be better to shield off the rip here. Although, maybe I save it because... Well, if I smog, then Snow Embrace, it gets rid of the poison on our guys. Minus this guy, because what the fudge, but... He is going to take a bit of a dickin', huh? We're only doing 10. Might be able to stagger? Indeed. And I'll just get some free ether. Firestorm, but guess what? Activate your poison. Idiot. But they really don't seem to care. Oh my god, my Uzi's got how much poison on him? Oh, brother. Okay, I don't think I can activate poison. Unless. And that kills all them and we live. By the Greybeards. Okay. So. Shield and heal first. Just in case some random shenanigans happen. I don't know. And pop goes the wheel. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Can we get 3 worthiness before next boss? Probably not. But we can hit level 8 for a new trait. The whole polluted ether thing. Start your turn, cleanse 2 debuffs from each ally. Honestly, this we might need this now. Because also whenever debuffs cleanses shields in which we need, so. Let's go with that. Gooper gained 1 XP. Let's go! Actually hit a level up. Redemption to Taunt. At the start of combat, applies 2 redirect and shield self for 6. It's not bad. It's only at the start of combat, but... not terrible. I don't remember. Do I have to replace a trait? Do we reroll? Gambit! On crit, if it was triggered by force, applies 5 poison. Retaliate generates random ether. Ooh, that might not be bad. Corruption cleanse. At the end of your turn, if the monster has less than 8 shield, shield self equal to the difference. Not bad either. Bond crayfish triggered by force plus 5 poison. We do that a bit. I'm grabbing that. More poison. What is this thing? Oh, what the fudge? It almost got me. Hey, it's my Skarner. Prepare to die. What is this? Choose one of 3 wishes. What? What does that mean? 14 damage. Applies force and dodge. Shields target for 10. Shields all allies. Applies 3 force to all allies. None. Why do we have no ether of... What the heck? Who should we target first? Skarner, I guess, because he's going to buff everybody. And then we want to poison everybody. Then I'm going to basic attack. Then I'm going to shield everyone to get rid of most of these debuffs. Although I could pop it first. Sure. Stupid. And then heal and shield. Cleanse some debuffs. Now we're living our best life. Get poisoned. Is this Final Fantasy or Pokemon or both? Yes. 4K no loss dose. What was it dodged? Evades every second hit of an incoming attack. Sheesh. The poison damage. Thank you very much. Alright, not bad. Not too bad. And still not worthy enough, I guess. Whatever. Not like I care. We got Rare Blade, which only gives initial shield. Scrapping it. But I didn't look at this thing. I think this is the sacrifice. It is. But it's not before the boss, so I really don't want to. I guess I can do 1. At the start of each combat, applies 3 poison to all enemies. Okay, yep, sure. Make quick work of that. Where am I going? Oh. Whoops. We got a spring, merchant, or random. I don't have much gold. We'll go with a spring. Give me something good. Like... Your monsters gain extra evasion, or 5% extra evasion and crit chance. Or your monsters gain +1 wind damage. Well, we don't really do that. So how about evasion and crit chance? Go crazy. Am I going to be trying out Pragmata? Possibly. Possible. Soul Lantern. Release a soul to grant +5 health. Sure. We'll give it to the Gooper. Bro is gooped up 85 health. Sure. What the fudge is that thing? I've never seen this. Also, I think that's a shiny Naga. You need to be hit by wind. I almost want to say I have a shiny Naga. Almost, I'm not sure. But I've never seen this, so I need to capture this. I'd rather make sure I capture this new one. It is a shiny Naga. Let's see, what is this thing? What is that? What are those? It is... Minakawa. The first hit of each attack of this monster deals +1 damage for every 2 buff stacks on it and shields self equal to that amount. Sidekick, dodge, and force. Now let's see if I do have this Naga. Please tell me I do. I do! Okay, not punished. I remembered. Alright. So we just need to get this guy to come with us. You would be so kind, sir. I'm not even sure. How are they hitting us? What is he doing? That's fine. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Welcome to the team, buddy. Or, well, not the current team, but, you know, eventually. And then... I guess we'll just try and kill it. Although there is a lot of poison on it. We probably don't need to be too worried about it. That's a lot of shield. Uh, 22 damage. It gives force to all allies. 36 damage and applies power. Shields. Okay. Okay. Okay, we already do an insane amount with viral blooms, so yeah. And then I will hit here, which should apply more poison because it's from force. Oh, wait. Don't worry about it. And then this does a lot. Beep, beep, beep. And this cleans that up. And then this guy just shields himself, so whatever. And... I'll just generate some ether, I guess. Also, Uli Zuli with 11-month resub. Welcome back to House Fruit Daily Daily. Just hit him with a little Thanos snap. Alright. Well done, lads. Well done. Give me my worthiness. Fuck. Skarner level up, though. Aura. Allies with 7 or more shield gain 1 damage and 50% crit chance. Whenever this monster applies a debuff, deals a 3 earth and water damage hit to the enemy and applies 1 poison to them. Start of turn, shields all allies for 2. Triggers 1 more time for allies with 50% or less health. Wait, and then whenever this monster receives or applies shield, applies poison. Wait. The proliferate sounded cool, but emergency response. That's pretty nice. That's a lot of poison. We gain salve. Scrap. Anybody got time for that? Get parried. No shinies. Rip. Achieving the point. Wait. I've captured you guys. Maybe I should double check. Do I have you as a memento? Kind of assumed, but... I don't! Oh! Okay, good call there, Mr. Fruit. Whoops. Yeah, it could have been bad. Viral Bloom. That'll stagger. Okay, and welcome to the team. The Gen. Will damage. What are you doing here? 28 damage. Chill. What's your problem? We could pop the weasel for a whole bunch. It's working. And I can't stop any of this other stuff, so I'll just... Oh, it's actually all going into me, so I'm going to shield myself. Lay off me, Moon. And then I think we just kill when they hit me. Because we trigger their poison. Yeah. That was a lot of damage, though, going into my boy. The hit. Now we're worthy enough. We are. +1 damage overall. We'll take it. And level up. Level 9. 3/5 earth damage. Applies 8 poison to target enemy. Heals all water attack against. Applies 4 affliction. Target enemies. Extra health. The Gooper. Deals additional something. Heals something. Water. Applies max health. We got some tanky boys. What is this? Nectar. What? Different kinds of nectar. Each nectar grants a different perk to a monster. Aether +1, damage +1, or defense +1. Each one requires you to first choose one of the monster's current perks to be replaced, however. Oh, then what perks do I not care about? There's a good bit we could work with. Who do we want to give either ether, damage, or defense to? Maybe ether to Gooper for the water stuff? Get rid of health +5. You've got a lot of health. So, yeah, we'll just give you random ether. And speaking of Gooper, he got 2 XP. I've never seen that nectar thing before, though. That's where we came in. Epic equipment, armor. At the start of your turn, shield self for 4. There's a fire generator and burn generator. Honestly, I mean, shielding myself for even more. Applies more poison. And... I could increase my crit chance. Whatever. Yeah, I'll just replace it. Sure. Fine. Not that big of a deal. The obelisk. The obelisk of war. Skip. Okay. Boss battle up next. Witch, knight, or merchant? I don't think there's much we want to reroll. I do have some money. Even though if we win, we would get another merchant, I think. What do you got? Epic banner on sale. All allies gain 10% crit chance and 10% evasion. At the start of combat, applies 1 force to self and grants a 15% chance to evade each incoming hit. That's pretty good. We get another epic lance. Honestly, I'm going to get the banner and replace... I'll replace the blade. Scrap it. And then we're binding XP, even though it really doesn't matter. If, for some reason, they could all randomly hit Skarner, it would matter. But that seems unlikely. I'll buy one more. It didn't hit him anyway. All right. And we're off. Believe this is Master Hand. It is. A new challenger approaches. The good news is he gets stronger as the battle goes with age. But if we can just take care of him real nice and early. And we've already applied 5 poison. Freaking easy. I'm going to apply 2 to everybody. And then I'm going to... We're just going to cleanse it. What's he doing? 24 damage. He'll apply age to himself. 18 damage. Okay. Yeah, so let's shield and cleanse. And then with force, we could apply more poison. Oh, and look at all that poison. Holy. Yeah, because it's a crit. Should apply even more. Yup. Oh, brother is feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. And then generate some ether. Stagger one of his things. And then he hits us, triggering poison, which started doing 54 to him. Stupid. 58. This isn't my final form. 100-handed. Okay, but then we shield everybody a bit. Apply even more poison. Apply even more poison. Okay, and the Thanos snap already looking pretty sussy. How much can I poison some more first? Answer is yes. Although, if I Toxic Eruption, it almost staggers him too. And it does a lot of damage. Let's Viral Bloom first. Cringing Chicken, thank you for the 51-month resub. Oh, Matt Haas, who did it? And thanks for watching the content. Okay. And then if I were to do that, that still leaves enough for the other thing. The burning whatever the fuck. Then we apply more poison. Up to 41. La frickin' mow. Now what do we do? I could do that, which applies even more poison. Sheesh. Then we Toxic Eruption. Big stagger. Bro's only basic attacking, and because we have a shield, he'll just kill himself when he attacks us. Again, probably the fastest I've beaten all these bosses. And the poison does 168. Yeah. We're cooking. Give me 3 worthiness. Fudge. 4 off my anus. At least we level up. Oh, don't tell me we're going to miss out on that. Shield self deals this, whatever. You could also get smart. Oh, let's give you help. I think we kind of got our build going here. We got Epic Talisman. Whenever a buff is applied to this monster, 25% chance to apply another stack of the same buff. Increases shielding. Increases damage of each critical hit. And on action, chance to apply force to self. Nah, I'll just whatever. Forget about it, eh? And now for the final boss. There's a skull, epic skull. Whenever the monster applies a debuff to an enemy, 25% chance to apply another stack of the same debuff. An artifact. Consume all of your ether, then generate 7 random ether. Okay, but what if we hit the Gooper with this XP? Fudge. What if we hit the Gooper with this XP? Fudge. What if we hit the 2 on the left? 66% chance. Okay. We have one of them. Choose a new trait. Whenever this monster... Oh, I didn't realize it receives or applies. Oh. I'll take that then. Oh, but we can only have 4, so I'd have to replace something. Guess I could get rid of Incorruptible. Sure. Thank you, Fatah. Thanks for watching. And he's chilling, living life, IRL grinding. Okay, let's see if we can manage ourselves here. We finally made it back. Mephister, am I right? You and me. Brace yourselves. Caw-caw. Oh. Does that have a sick song? Hitting them organs. Okay, do I really remember the mechanics? Not entirely. But bro is poisoned though. What is he doing? What are you doing to me? Stop that. What was that? Corrupted 8. Interesting. What does that mean? Corrupted 8. Monster has... At the start of each round, one random enemy is chosen. All non-basic actions on the chosen enemy will become Corrupted 15 or Corrupted 8 for free actions. Which means... when a monster uses a corrupted action, applies X corruption to it. Oh. Really? And then to stop that, each hand has its own element. And, well, that one's water, which we don't really do that around here. We're gonna corrupt ourselves. So you can't do this to me. I mean, this will take down some of the water, I guess. Oh. Feels like our best bet, I guess. Oh, brother, I have 8 poison? Whoops. Yeah, basic attack would reduce that to 1, but oh, but if I do this, it should force. Give him force. 15, Jesus. But this will remove some. Goodness gracious. Wait, why didn't you get force? Oh, stop. Yeah, whatever. Hit his... I guess it's his left hand, but to us, the right. Although, poison doesn't really apply to that thing, does it? Ah, whatever. The Doom Bloom. 5 terror, that can't be good. But the poison build's practically cooking. He's just gonna kill himself from attacking us. He will rue the day. We're already cleansing tons of debuffs. Corrupted ether, my anus. Oh, it changes. Oh, rip. Because now it's... That one? Okay, whatever. I need a grass on that one. If I trigger poison, it's going to hit him. You're hitting the top for, let's just 5 terror. And middle for 40 damage. In this economy. The heck? I mean, a basic attack would break it. And then that would free him up. Sure. You are free! Right? Yeah, he is. Okay. Heals target, applies 3, triggers poison on enemies. The trigger of it is real nice. But then I can't do viral bloom. Maybe that's for the best though. Or just basic attack. Get a lot of ether. Don't worry about it. I freed him up for nothing, I guess, but okay. Trigger it, you guys will take a little bit of damage, but then I'll shield you after it, so don't go whining. Quit your whinging. What's its big damage anyway, lots of poison. Got it. 43 bro's done for. How much is it gonna hurt him back for? 98. We're talking. Yes, sir. Wait, why'd you heal so much? What was that? Wait, why are you growing more hands? What is this? I don't remember this. What are you doing? Wait, that's me. I also don't remember you apparently spawned. What? Huh? What's going on? Well, he only has one hand. But it's wind. Can't do much about that. Why does using viral bloom hurt me so much? Like why is it even hurting you? You don't even have... What am I missing? I don't know, but apparently if I do it, everything's gonna hurt. Okay, but this triggers poison on all enemies and doesn't hurt us. Oh, because they have my abilities too, don't they? Oh. Ah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, well, I could heal us. And that'll apply more poison to them. And then I need to cleanse as much as I possibly can. Although if I do that, we can still use that. Not perfect, but it'll do. I wish you would hit him with the poison, but... And now, you'll get some corruption, but... This... You're gonna live with 1 health? My joke to you? Well, it's not like I can really do anything else. Okay, you should get hit by your poison for a bunch though, right? 124. Then you should get hit again. Oh, no, that doesn't make contact, but this does. Ooh, big evasions. 124 damage. We're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. We're good. It's so free. Can I just Thanos snap him from here? Let's see. Oh, close. Okay, what if I... What if I... That should be enough. And let me cleanse some of this real quick. Are you only hitting him with the... Yeah, whatever. Inevitable. Get poisoned, idiot. Holy. All right. Duly noted. Don't be afraid to use poison more often. Holy. And we got worthiness 3 for +1 defense. Right after the battle. So that, but, you know, for future stuff. So, Skarner and Mephiston were both 1 worthiness before this, but we got him up to 3. Same with the Gooper. He's close to 4, I guess. And look at that. See, we never changed the team. We found him early. Bada bing. Bada frickin' boom. And look at all the mementos we got. We got 1 shiny, 2 shiny, 3 shinies, and then 2 new monsters. That poison went crazy style. The runs take a bit. Well, especially when I talk to everything. When I do it by myself, they go a little bit faster. Even then, that was fast, though, given the build. The build was kind of crazy. But I think that's what I also enjoy about it. There is a lot of variation with all the different team comps. Because every time I've won, I've never had the same kind of build. It's all been kind of different stuff. Which is pretty sick. And then, yeah, the meta progression of, like, leveling them with the worthiness in between, capturing them all, finding the shinies. I'm a fan. Looking forward to 1.0.
If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.